أهلا أهلا وسهلا. This is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So in today's video, في الفيديو اليوم, I'm reading the Qur'an. أنا أقرأ القرآن. Today I'm going to be reading Surah 8, Al-Anfal. Surah Al-Anfal 8, Al-Shahr 9, Part 9, Al-Jaz 9. Surah Al-Anfal, the spoils of war, 8. In the name of Allah, in the most gracious, the most merciful. They ask you, O Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, about the spoils of war. Say, the spoils are for Allah and the Messenger. So fear Allah and adjust all matters of difference among you. And obey Allah and His Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam if you are believers. The believers are only those who, when Allah is mentioned, feel a fear in their hearts, and when His verses, this Qur'an, are recited unto them, they increase their faith, and they put their trust in their Lord alone. Who performs a salat, laqamat salat, and spend out of that we have provided them. It is they who are the believers in truth. For them are grades of dignity with their Lord, and forgiveness, and a generous provision, a paradise. Has your Lord caused you, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, to go out from your home with the truth? And verily, a party among the believers disliked it, disputing with you concerning the truth, after it was made manifest, as if they were being driven to death, while they were looking at it. And remember when Allah promised you, Muslims, one of the two parties of the enemy, either the army or the caravan, that it should be yours. You wished that the one not armed, the caravan, should be yours. But Allah will have willed to justify the truth by His words. And to cut off the roots of the disbelievers in the battle of Badr, that He might cause the truth to triumph and bring falsehood to nothing, even though the mujrimun hate it. Remember when you sought help of your Lord, and He answered you, saying, I will help you with 1,000 of the angels, each behind the other, in succession. Allah made it only as glad tidings, and that your hearts be at rest therewith. And there is no victory except from Allah. Verily, Allah is almighty, all-wise. Remember when He covered you with a slumber as a security from Him, and He caused water or rain to descend on you from the sky, to clean you thereby, and to remove from you the rijs of shaitan, and to strengthen your hearts and make your feet firm thereby. Remember when your Lord revealed to the angels, Verily I am with you, so keep firm those who have believed. I will cast terror into the hearts of those who have disbelieved, so strike them over the necks and smite over all their fingers and toes. This is because they defied and disobeyed Allah and His Messenger. And whoever defies and disobeys Allah and His Messenger, then verily Allah is severe in punishment. This is the torment, so taste it, and surely for the disbelievers is the torment of the fire. O you who believe, when you meet those who disbelieve in a battlefield, never turn your backs to them. And whoever turns his back to them on such a day, unless it be a stratagem of war, or to retreat to a troop, he indeed has drawn upon himself wrath from Allah, and his abode is hell, and worst indeed is that destination. You killed them not, but Allah killed them, and you, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, threw not when you did throw, but Allah threw, that He might test the believers by a fair trial from Him. Verily, Allah is all-hearer, all-knower. This is the fact, and surely Allah weakens the deceitful plots of the disbelievers. O disbelievers, if you ask for a judgment, now has the judgment come unto you. And if you cease to do wrong, it will be better for you. And if you return to the attack, so shall we return, and your forces will be of no avail to you, however numerous they be, and verily, Allah is with the believers. O you who believe, obey Allah and His Messenger, and turn not away from Him, Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, while you are hearing, and be not like those who say, we have heard, but they hear not. Verily, the worst of living creatures with Allah are the deaf and the dumb who understand not, the disbelievers. Had Allah known of any good in them, He would indeed have made them listen. And even if He had made them listen, they would have turned away with aversion to the truth. O you who believe, answer Allah by obeying Him and His Messenger when He, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, calls you to that which will give you life, and know that Allah comes in between a person and his heart. He prevents an evil person to decide anything, and verily to Him you shall be gathered. And fear the fitna, affection and trial, which affects not in particular only those of you who do wrong, but it may afflict all the good and the bad people, and know that Allah is severe in punishment. And remember when you were few, and were reckoned weak in the land, and were afraid that men might kidnap you, but He provided a safe place for you, strengthened you with His help, and provided you with good things so that you might be grateful. O you who believe, betray not Allah and His Messenger, nor betray knowingly your amanat, things entrusted to you, and all the duties which Allah has ordained for you. And know that your possessions and your children are but a trial, and that surely with Allah is a mighty reward. O you who believe, if you obey and fear Allah, He will grant you Furqan, a criterion to judge between right and wrong, or makhraj, a way for you to get out from every difficulty, and will expiate for you your sins and forgive you, and Allah is the owner of the great bounty. And remember when the disbelievers plotted against you, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, to imprison you or to kill you, or to get you out from your home in Mecca. They were plotting, and Allah too was plotting, and Allah is the best of those who plot. And when our verses of the Qur'an are recited to them and they say, "We have heard the Qur'an. If we wish, we can say the like of this. This is nothing but the tales of ancients." And remember when they said, "O Allah, if this is the Qur'an, is indeed the truth from you, then rain down stones on us from the sky, or bring on us a painful torment." And Allah would not punish them while you, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, are amongst them, nor will He punish them while they seek Allah's forgiveness. And why should not Allah punish them while they hinder men from al-Masjid al-Haram, and they are not its guardians? None can be its guardians except al-Muttaqun, the pious, but most of them know not. The Salat, prayer at the house of Allah, the Kaaba at Mecca, was nothing but whistling and clapping of hands. Therefore, taste the punishment because you used to disbelieve. Verily, those who disbelieve spend their wealth to hinder men from the path of Allah, and so will they continue to spend it, but in the end it will become an anguish. For them, then they will be overcome, and those who disbelieve will be gathered unto hell. In order that Allah may distinguish the wicked, disbelievers, polytheists, and doers of evil deeds from the good, believers of Islamic monotheism, and doers of righteous deeds, and put the wicked, disbelievers, polytheists, and doers of evil deeds, one over another, heap them together and cast them into hell. It is they who are the losers. Say to those who have disbelieved, if they cease from disbelief, their past will be forgiven, but if they return, then the examples of those punished before them have already proceeded as a warning. And fight them until there is no more fitna, and the religion, worship, will all be for Allah alone in the whole of the world. But if they cease worshipping others besides Allah, then certainly Allah is all-seer of what they do. And if they turn away, then know that Allah is your Mawla, patron, Lord, protector and supporter. What an excellent Mawla and what an excellent helper. And know that whatever of war booty that you may gain, verily 1/5 of it is assigned to Allah and the Messenger, and to the near relatives of the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and also the orphans, al-masakin, the poor, and the wayfarer. If you have believed in Allah and in that which we sent down to our slave Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on the day of criterion between right and wrong, the day when the two forces met at the Battle of Badr, and Allah is able to do all things. And remember when you, the Muslim army, were on the near side of the valley and they on the farther side, and the caravan on the ground lower than you. Even if you had made a mutual appointment to meet, you would certainly have failed in the appointment, but you met that Allah might accomplish a matter already ordained in His knowledge, so that those who were to be destroyed for their rejecting the faith might be destroyed after a clear evidence, and those who were to live, the believers, might live after a clear evidence, and surely Allah is all-hearer, all-knower. And remember when Allah showed them to you as few in your Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam dream? If he had shown them to you as many, you would surely have been discouraged, and you would surely have disputed in making a decision. But Allah saved you, certainly. He is the all-knower of what is in the breasts. And remember, when you met the army of the disbelievers on the day of the Battle of Badr, He showed them to you as few in your eyes, and He made you appear as few in their eyes, so that Allah might accomplish a matter already ordained in His knowledge, and to Allah return all matters for decision. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I accidentally went over from part 9 to part 10, but I'll keep this here, and maybe I'll read part 10 in the next one. Let me know in a comment if you enjoyed this. It's obviously a lot easier for me to read it in English than in Arabic, particularly with this, it's quite small. But if you'd like me to go back on the website that I used for the last video, so that I can see it clearer, then let me